Hello, all. Calmer Waters 22. I hope everybody is in great spirits. I hope you are really taking this time to find playful energy. Smile, laugh, dance more. This is such a great time to incorporate all those beautiful energies within inside of yourself. Before we get started, I did want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to Calmer Waters 22. I know we are a small community at this point. We will grow, and I'm just grateful for the ones that are here right now, tuning into these topics, and hopefully it's helping you unlock the gifts within inside of yourself. So I have some notes because this topic that I want to talk about is something that we all deal with, like every other topic. But this one hits home. This one hits home because most of us, right now, in our now moment, are dealing with this particular situation. So, the topic is karmic connections. Are you in a karmic connection right now? I know I've been in one or two. Do you have karmic family members? I know I have. They're no longer in my life anymore, but yeah, they were karmic. And it took me a long time to get that. So let's dive deep. Let's discuss the karmics in our lives, right? I want each and every one of you to realize that karmic connections, they build deeper lessons. They help you unlock all those hidden things that are inside of you that you came here to heal. So, we don't want to bash them. I was once a karmic for someone as well as you. So, we don't want to take that away from a karmic. A karmic is meant to literally transform you. Let me get something to drink, y'all. So, let's get into it. Karmics are here to break cycles. They can be karmic parents, your karmic parents. You could be a karmic parent to your children. It could be in a form of a friendship, a love interest. These can all be karmic connections, and we all have had them, or we have them right now in our nows. This is where we can go into the past. This is where I like to go into the past. This is the only time I truly like to go there, now that I know that my now is more beneficial for me and my healing and my soul purpose. But when I'm really diving deep on healing these wounds inside of me, I do like to go to the past, because all of those were created and integrated with karmics. So, what is the first step to realizing you have a karmic connection? It's the awareness. It's your ability to finally stop telling yourself these white lies about the connection. And once you step into the awareness part of it, you take out the sadness, the disappointment, and the so-called failure of this connection, right? Your pain in this connection is very valid, okay? I don't want you to think that it isn't, because it is valid. But it doesn't define you. The pain that you hold for all that happened in these karmic connections do not define you. So don't make it your life's mission to either stay with these karmics or try to fix them. Because you cannot fix anyone. You can only fix yourself. Okay? These connections are not meant to punish you. They are only meant for you to remember who you are. At the core level, 0 point of your existence. That's what karmic connections do, okay? Like I said, I've gone through this. I have a karmic mother. I have a karmic sister. I have a karmic brother. This was not easy for me to let go. And it was not easy for me to understand what those connections were, why they were so toxic, and why they were never meant to stay in my life, okay? Very, very difficult, because these are close people to me. We often feel disconnected in these karmic relationships. This is how you'll know. These are like key little signs, right? You overthink this connection too much. Is it good? Is it not good? Should I have said this? They should have said this. Too much. It's too convoluted. That's how you know it's karmic, okay? There rarely is harmony in these kind of connections. There are points of harmony. There are times of harmony. But in a consistent manner, consistent energy, not a lot of harmony. Karmic connections, when you communicate with each other, 9 times out of 10, they're pretty defensive. Each party is so defensive and so quick to react in a negative way because they haven't healed their own wounds. Especially if you integrate together and you connect together, you were both on that toxic lower energy, that lower vibe, right? So this is why you each were attracted to each other in a love interest, a friendship. When it comes to a parent or a sibling, that's a different connection. You didn't actually look for that, or maybe you did in the ethers. That's something you're going to have to decide. But necessarily you didn't look for them. You didn't look for your mother. You didn't look for your father, your brother, your sister. You were dropped down into that connection, and it was always meant to be karmic. So that's how that energy played out, okay? Karmic connections, they usually are emotionally charged. So when you are trying to work things out with them, it's usually high emotions, a lot of heaviness inside of you that you feel with this connection. It's usually a karmic one. When you're dealing with karmics, you typically walk on eggshells around them. And this is because you feel backlash or abandonment when you communicate your true authentic self to them. They tend to get really upset quickly rather than allow you to express yourself, and their response is calm, collective, level-headed, emotionally balanced. Karmics usually are none of that. Like I said, they get defensive. So these are some of the signs of a karmic connection, okay? Karmics will almost always literally put you down. They will almost always put you down. No matter what, it doesn't matter to them. You could literally tell them that you are hurting and all the negative things they said to you are really hampering down on your heart chakra, and you're feeling it in your bones, and it doesn't matter. They're karmic. They don't really know how to be positive. They don't really know how to say nice things to you because they are triggered by their own wounds. So that energy comes out onto you because there is no one else around for them to throw it at. They haven't learned yet that this stems from their own wounds. So that's generally what you would get from a karmic, okay? Like I said, this could be a mother, a father, and they've put you down most of your childhood, and the reason they put you down is because their parents put them down, or someone around them put them down, whether it was a teacher or a nun or a church, family. There's so many people that can put you down in a day. You just can't always put your finger on it, okay? Karmic people are very poor communicators. You got to remember, they don't know how to talk to themselves. These people rarely give themselves positive talk. They rarely have an optimistic mind. They don't look at life and challenges with a silver lining. They miss that part because they have all these pent-up wounds that they are unwilling to heal and release. So they're very poor communicators, okay? They don't give you directness. That is something that they lack. Karmics generally like to give you things, and if you don't meet their standards, whatever their standards are, they like to take the items back. This is a big one for karmics. They like to give you things and then take it back, and then give you the thing and then take it back, because they're so unbalanced emotionally that they don't even really want to give you the thing. It's usually for their ego, or if you have a falling out, they want to set up the tone to let people know what they've given you in the relationship, in the connection. I gave my son or daughter all these things. I bought them a car. So their ego can feel great. And karmics usually have a nice handful of cheerleaders because they're karmic too. And so the energy just bounces right off each other. So the karmic is generally looking for outside third parties to cheer them on and tell them they're doing a great job and they should take the thing. It's pure immaturity. But that's usually a karmic trait, okay? What else can I give you to help you ask yourself, are you in a karmic connection right now? The best thing I could give you is this. If you can't communicate with your person, family member, sibling, friend, lover, and have an open conversation, communication, and it be positive, even if things are tough in this conversation or the energy is a little chaotic, karmics can't handle it. They are on the weaker end of energy. So this type of stuff overwhelms them because they have so many wounds that they just can't process it enough to calm their minds down, ask themselves, why are they so upset? And try something different. Karmics don't like to try things different. They don't want to have solutions to any obstacle or challenge rather than doing the same thing over and over again, which makes you kukulaka, right? They don't want to do it. They don't want to change it up. They may say they want to, but their actions are showing you otherwise. It's very hard for karmics to find solutions. They rather stick to the lower energies and blow up on people. It's just the way it is, okay? I do want to give you some hope, though, because there is hope. Remember, we always have a silver lining, right? And the hope is this. This is a test. This is a lesson. This is to help you not be a karmic. And once you are able to really hone in on changing your perception, changing your verbiage, changing your mind, and you are on that journey and you are consistent and you're not getting off that train, you're going high up. Eventually, these karmics will start falling like dominoes, okay? And you won't have to worry about all the pull and tug energy anymore because now you have aligned your energy to your soul tribe. Like I always say, they're waiting for you. They're excited for you to come along and join them. And this means you can meet a wonderful mother or father. They don't have to be your actual mother and father. They didn't have to birth you, but that's your soul tribe. You will gain that because your energy has changed. You are no longer a karmic. Now you're a soulmate, okay? You will meet a beautiful friend. You will meet a wonderful lover. Imagine that. Imagine you sharing your life with someone where you feel like you're always wrapped in a warm blanket when you're around them because their energy is connected to your soul, not in a toxic way, in an understanding way, in a loving way. So all that you've gone through, even if you've been dealing with karmics for 20, 30 years, I'm talking the long-term people that just stick down and in this stuff. I'm one of those. And then one day, we wake up and we say, no more. I want to attract my soul tribe. Okay? So, before we end this topic, I'm going to read to you 3 definitions of each characteristic. We're going to start with soulmate, twin flame, and then karmic. This is a few tools so you can align yourself with that loving soulmate of yours. Remember, family, friend, or lover. They can all be soulmates, okay? Let's start with soulmate. Your soulmate will be supportive, loving. They'll be familiar. You will feel like you've known them forever, okay? You feel peaceful around them, even in hard moments, because this is what I was speaking of. They know how to calm their energy. They know how to look at things with a silver lining. So their minds aren't all jumbled with wounds and all the negativity that they feed themselves. Okay, these soulmates will not do that to you like a karmic. Okay, let's move on to twin flame. Twin flame connections will be intense, often chaotic. They mirror your inner wounds for deep transformation. So these connections are very, very toxic, to say the least, okay? They do end up being very helpful, but these connections can be a bit scary as well, okay? So just be mindful of that. Now to karmic. They are lesson-based relationships, sometimes painful, and they are. They can be very painful on the heart, on your adrenal, your adrenal glands, your nervous system. When you are constantly going back and forth with someone over petty shit too, it'd be the most pettiest shit. It can affect your body, which creates dis-ease because you are not operating out of peace. You're in constant tug of war and friction with this energy. And you don't want that for long term, okay? A karmic is meant for your growth, your evolution, for you to evolve. It's not meant for you to stay stagnant and stuck and trying your hardest to light some fire under this connection, right? And see beautifulness. It shouldn't be that hard. This is how you know the connection is not a soulmate. It's too hard. Everything is too hard. Going to the store, picking up food, cooking together. All of this is very challenging. Okay? And I want you to understand that if you are in this type of connection, you can heal from it and let it go. Okay? And until next time, take care.